Hi, my name is Logan Klaus, and I'm a producer, singer, and songwriter from the Billboard 500 Club's private mentorship program with Adam McInnis. Thank you so much for tuning into the Music Industry Contact YouTube channel, where we do hit song breakdowns, demo critiques, and have a wealth of music industry-related information for you to check out at any time. Today, we're breaking down MONSTA X Burning Up featuring Rehab. As you know, we're a bit of a MONSTA X fan around here, so I'm very excited. I haven't heard this song before. As you know, we can't monetize these videos, so we would love to have you as part of our Patreon Golden Ear community, which gives you exclusive early access content, including videos and polls for selecting our next song breakdowns. If you're already supporting, thank you so much, and if you'd like to join, just click the link in the description below. All right, let's get right into Burning Up featuring Rehab by MONSTA X. Here we go. Okay, so I am very excited. I'm not even gonna waste any time. Okay. This 80s vibe, yeah. Okay. I'm burned it up. It's hot, I'm getting hotter. I'm burned it up. Oh my goodness. That bass tone. This is so groovy. This is so good. Wow. Wow. I wonder if there's a music video for this song. I realize we're watching one without the music video, and I do love to see the boys working it. Yeah, I don't know if they have one for this or not. I mean, they have a live version. So it looks like we're going to have to just roll with the video so far, but that's okay. That is an amazing song. That bass tone, very moogie, and just like, it sounds like the Oliver Power Tools disco drums, very Dua Lipa, neo 80s thing, and the boo-doo, Colin, the Phil Collins kind of drum thing, super awesome vibe, and just like mega dancey. This is a club hit. I love it. Yeah, I'm into this. There are so many good things. I just want to point out the tones of the instrument. I think that's really what's standing out to me, particularly for this breakdown, because in order to get that hella dancey thing, everything has to be right in its frequency space. Everything has to be compressed just right. The kick is so punchy. The bass is so wide and full, and just, it reminds me of, if you've ever heard the song This Groove by Oliver Heldens, this song. Very similar. Here it goes. Check this out. Yeah, but anyway, just that like mega 80s tone, super awesome. I'm into it. Either way, yeah, this is a great song. So I'm gonna just keep pushing forward here. We'll go section by section and see what we can pull out of here. I love starting with the vocals right off the bat. And his voice is very like well treated. It's very dry too. I don't know if you know that. Like the reverb on it is definitely like minus 20 decibels, and it's very, very far back. And even if there is, I mean, it's hard to tell, to be honest with you, if it's just like, it's very hard to tell if it's just, I don't know, who knows. Either way. I love the held notes on the bass. You can hear the side chain on it. One thing I want to point out is if you're going to have everything come in and you're going to fill the frequency spectrum out, in order to give that the most impact, the best way to do it is to take all those frequencies out before. So you notice the drums, right before the beat dropped in, the drums had a high-pass filter on it. All of the low end came out, and it was just like very digital. It almost sounded like a radio or something effect on the drum, so that when that bass jumps in, it's like, woo, here it is. We're rocking. Yeah, it's good stuff. Hear that? So this might be a myth, but it's something that I'm learning as I'm getting more into this. There is a particular frequency that a kick drum hits at, and that really makes a speaker bump. I'm starting to get used to hearing that frequency and trying to aim the kick drum in that frequency pocket. I want you to listen to the tone of the kick drum and where that, like, listen to the note that kick drum is making. I think it's maybe just because I've been hanging out with some people who've got those big car speakers, and that frequency is really amplified in those vehicles for some reason, and it's now, or maybe I'm going crazy and I'm just hearing it, but I couldn't sing that note. But you hear it. One thing I would recommend trying is listening to some EDM music or anything and comparing the mix of this kick drum with that tone, and I think that they're all pretty much right in the same area, like just 110 hertz. Who knows though? That seems to be when I could be wrong, but it seems to be when I'm mixing, I'm scooping that frequency out of the bass in order to give the kick some really intense punch. But other thing I wanted to point out is in this chorus, I like how it starts with one kind of central voice, one singer, and then and then the back half of the chorus is very chanty and open. Like, it sounds like one person, and then the choir, love it. Okay, let's keep this going. I've never heard of Rehab either, so I don't think, at least. So just right there, I want to point out there's this synthesizer that's kind of doing do-do-do-do, ba-do-do-do-do, ba-do-do-do, and it's like kind of rotating around your head. A great plugin for that is the Waves Brower Motion plugin. It has it's an auto panning thing, and I could be wrong, but to me it sounds like it's going from one side to the other, which is very interesting. And then the synth, I'm not exactly sure, but it does sound like they're rolling the high end up as the verse progresses here. Let's just listen to that again, and how they're building tension, like growing subconsciously. The listener, like the frequencies are growing, and the listener is obviously listening to the person singing, but that feeling it's creating those chemical reactions. Can't really hear it here, but love that Phil Collins thing again. Love that EDM snare. Here we go. Notice how they did that same thing where they had the high pass filter, scooping the low end, and then, I guess for me, looking at it as if it's the DAW, I mean, it would be backwards. If this was the low end, we're scooping it up and then letting it back in for when that chorus hits. But the auto panning is amazing, and the EDM snare is really cool. I kind of wanted like another more obvious instrument. in the second half of the verse, I could have heard like a dum da dum da dum, something like just in the more high frequency playing a melody that was catchy. I wouldn't have minded another melody, like a more like strong singable melody in the background, not vocally. I mean with the in the production, but I mean we're vibing. Notice how the voice always stays present. That filter is not affecting the voice. The voice is always up front and present. This is so good. Oh, yeah. The piano.
I never saw it coming, but I'm addicted to your loving.
Oh, nice.
I'm burned it up. It's hot,
I'm so glad they didn't just go back into the chorus there. Okay, there's something we got to point out first. It's the power of three. I tried to explain it in every video. I used to explain it right at the start, but I'm trying to save time. So in the most obvious section where it comes up, I'll explain it. But basically, the vocal melody in that first bit of the verse, it was same, and then another singer came in, did it the same, and then it changed it up the last two. Last two were different. It's a formula, and once you hear this, you can't unhear this. So beware, cover your ears if you want. But it's like same, different on the third, and then same or different on the fourth. Right here, they did like a 2x2 where these two were the same and then these two were the same. But what has been going on, I loved how as soon as we wanted the melody to change, like if they had just done the same melody vocally all 4 times, we would have been like, okay, well, it's a nice melody, but I kind of want to hear something different. And as soon as we want to hear something different, we do. It's like it's written in our biology or something. So becoming aware of this as a producer is something super important in order to keep attention in the most efficient way. I love the idea of the down chorus building, and I'm sure we're going to hear that same snare from the verse. Who knows? Okay. I think that could have had more impact personally, but who am I to say? This is MONSTA X. I'm not trying to... Such a good song. Honestly, that was an awesome song. I think that they could have, if they, how many views does this have? Yeah, I think that the production could have been taken to a more extreme place because it has the potential to be that. Especially like this song could have been mega theatrical if they wanted it to. I know that they do that all the time, but especially with that bridge, they could have milked that bridge and they could have made that impact of that last chorus feel so much bigger. And I think if they had brought back the snare from the first verse and they had maybe a more intense riser and maybe a wait for it moment going into it. Did they do that actually? Let me double check before Like I love that boom, but I think that they could have elevated that chorus in a way. Also, they didn't. I don't think that they brought the guitar back. That was in verse 2B, but which I'm kind of sad to hear. I think by the end of the last chorus, they could have been having some kind of funk strummy chords in the background, double track, lots of verb on it. It would have been super cool. Either way, I'm not an expert. It's just my opinion. I think that MONSTA X is one of the is great. I love these guys. Before I give my very final thoughts on the song, I just want to say if this video provided you any kind of value and you enjoyed it, if you would consider to like and subscribe, it really helps us out. We're trying to grow this channel, but also just provide this kind of information to as many people as we possibly can. And and giving people the ability to create better music is really in the hands of the viewer. So we really appreciate you watching, and you guys have been so awesome. For me personally, if you're watching this and you've watched some of my other breakdowns, I love reading your guys' comments, and I love all the love, and I really appreciate everything. I'm going to be doing a few more breakdowns, but I'm not sure if it's going to continue as a regular thing for me, so it's just fantastic. So thank you guys so much. If you are a musician, producer, songwriter, or singer looking to grow in any way, the Billboard 500 Club is for you. I've been a part of it for 2 years, and I've seen more improvement in myself in those last 2 years than I have prior. I guess they do pay me to say that, but I also do believe it. So the network is incredible. The information is incredible, and the opportunities are like nowhere else on the internet. There's over 70 mentors who are some of the most successful in the industry, teaching up-and-coming musicians, songwriters, producers, executives, whoever you are. Do not wait too long. There's a limited capacity. If you're a viewer that doesn't do music, maybe recommend one of your friends. It's great. We're trying to grow the club. There's a limited capacity of 500 people, so we wouldn't want you to miss out. Either way, this song was great. I love the 80s revival that's happening. That retro neo thing, like neo-retro stuff is right up my alley. I love that era, just the way that it is naturally, like Video Killed the Radio Star, Take On Me, that Michael Jackson, like all of that thing, and the way that that's coming back in such a crisp and clean sense. Like, we are so lucky to be alive to hear music that sounds this good. So cool. But anyway, my name is Logan Klaus. My social media is in the description. Hit me up. I'd love to chat. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good afternoon, evening, morning. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.